Today we're going to go over the very basics of shooting video. We'll go over lighting, how to frame your shots, and what equipment you'll need. These tips can be applied whether you're using a Hollywood camera or a simple smartphone. You won't be able to use anything in this video if you get to the scene and your batteries are dead. It's a good idea to have a fully charged main battery and a backup battery as well. Second only to a charged battery, memory cards are very important. Depending on the video quality you're using, an hour of video could take 3 to up to 15 gigabytes of space. So make sure you have enough memory cards on hand for what the story calls for. Planning your shots will make things easier. Try to get a wide, medium, and tight shot of each subject. Hold each shot for at least 5 seconds to give yourself room to cut when you're editing. Also try to get multiple angles in order to make seamless transitions in editing and to make the video more interesting. If your lens is dirty, all your video will reflect that. Use a lens cloth to wipe away fingerprints and dust. When shooting video, try to keep the shot as stable as possible. You want to keep your feet shoulder width apart, placing your free hand under the camera. There will always be a little shake when shooting off the shoulder or by hand. Ultimately, it's very hard to hold the camera steady. You'll see some shake in the video right now. So when you can, use a tripod. Make sure the legs of the tripod are locked down, lock the camera into place, making sure it's secure, and level the head. When shooting outside, work with the natural light of the sun instead of against it. Try to have the sun behind you when you are filming. When you're shooting in the field, use the sun to your advantage so you don't get shadows on your face. Try to have the sun face your subject so that they're better lit. Some cameras also come with filter and iris options. Your filters act like sunglasses, lessening the overall level of light entering the camera. Your iris controls do the same thing but allow you to be more precise and dial in the perfect level of light for your shoot. Play with these options to avoid overexposure on bright days and underexposure in low light shoots. In extremely low light, use an alternate light source to brighten the shoot. You can fix a lot of things with editing, but it's very hard to come back from blurry video. Focus often, rack your focus until you have a crisp picture, then reframe your subject. Many cameras have an autofocus feature which works well, but just keep an eye on it because if someone walks into frame, it could focus on them instead of your subject. Blurry pictures are the reason we don't have definitive proof of Bigfoot. Try not to center your subject. You want to offset them a little to make the shot more interesting. This is known as the rule of thirds. Also try to let the action move within the frame instead of moving along with it. It's easier to follow movement if the camera is stable. Use zoom, pan, and tilt to get creative or show the scale of something. Just remember that too much camera movement can be disorienting, so use it wisely. And finally, make sure you hit record. You don't want to get back to edit only to find that you don't have any video. Try to keep your clips short instead of having one long video. It'll make the editing process much easier.